What up, guys? Pour me a favor here. Back with another bottle review or two. Got some Quartz Mountain Distillery. That's a local distillery here in Vancouver. They just had a bottle release last Saturday. Unfortunately, my camera is broken, so I was not able to get any footage of that. Um, it was a good time. I mean, it's a small distillery here in Vancouver. Nothing major, but they did have a bottle release of a wine barrel finished bourbon that I did have a sampling of. But I did not come home with that. I came home with their, what is it? This is their, I think their gold gold medal 2023. But this is, oh yeah, private, right in front of my face. Private Reserve. I knew it was something like that. Private Reserve, Family Reserve. I came home with this after coming home with their 4 grain about a month ago or so, when I took a tour of their distillery. Cool little spot. Just, I think a dude, his dad, his mom, and their dog run the thing. They do have gin, vodka, and moonshine there as well. I'm more into the bourbons, so that is what I have been tasting when I go there. Like I said, I just got the Family Reserve. Had the 4 grain. I guess it's more of a, I guess, weeded, you could say, but they're keeping it real, calling it 4 grain. It is what it is. So let's go ahead and see what this is about. I did have a sample of it. Did open the bottle like I said before. I like to open my bottles, let them air out a little bit. That way, my second pour is kind of what I judge them off of. A good example of that is the Woodford Reserve Weeded. I popped that open for the first time, tried it, and was very underwhelmed. Had a couple pours out of it. Let it sit, aerated a little bit, opened it back up. Smells heavenly, and it drinks better. So pop your bottles open, let them sit for a little bit, pour a little bit out, try the neck pour, which isn't the best to judge by, and come back to them. So I did pop this Saturday. It was my wife's birthday, so we had a bit of a good time. This is a 4 years aged, 4 years, 92 proof. Pretty cool bottle. Like the logo. Like I said, they're local, Vancouver. Got a couple award stickers there. The 4 grain is 101 proof. Aged 2+ years. So a minimum of 2 is what I'm thinking. Obviously, from what the tag says. See if you can get a look at that. Couple gold medal, well, a couple, award-winning stickers on there. I bought this one first because I like this one the best when we went. They also have a sherry cask finished bourbon that I'm a fan of, a stout finished, and a full proof, which I believe is my next purchase from them. But at the time when we were tasting, this one was just hitting right. So, let's see what we got. Got me a nice little Glen from them as well, with their logo. So let's see what we got here. What the hell is that, man? That's kind of nice. What is that? Almost like honey. But you can definitely smell some rye in there. Rye. I smell some honey. Not too strong on the alcohol. There's a smell in there. I just can't nail what it is. I know I smell some honey. I know I smell some rye. Could be a little bit of oak, possibly. Really coats the glass kind of nice. Those beads are, I don't know, you can't probably see the beads, but it's not a bad bourbon. Age 4+ years or 4. I think this is just 4. Let's give it a sip. Okay. Okay. Got some rye, honey. I taste a lot of honey in this, which is really good. This was $59.99, I believe. I wish it was a little cheaper, but you know, I get it. Local, you know, not a whole lot of backup, possibly. You know, I really wish I did get this tasting and bottle release on film. It sucks that my camera was broken. But they do have a bottled in bond coming out rather soon. And I hope to get the thing back on track so we can get some footage of it. It's a cool little distillery. Only one in Vancouver. So, I mean, you got to be proud of, you know, something hometown, something local. Something easy access to. It's the second distillery, actually, that I've toured. Well, I guess not necessarily toured, but I guess it's the first distillery that I toured. I did go to another local distillery in Portland, but didn't really take a tour. Did buy a bottle, but I'm planning to go back soon to take a tour as well. And maybe we can get that on footage as well. But let's get back to the bourbon. Been sitting in the glass for a minute or so, 2 minutes, and really what I'm getting from this is honey and rye, but it's very tasty. This is enjoyable, neat. There's not a lot of ethanol burn there. Not a lot of ethanol flavor. Like I said, you get a lot of honey. You get some rye. You get some little bit of oak. It lingers a little bit. It doesn't go away right away. It's not real thin on the mouth. This is really nice. 2023 John Barleycorn Awards Gold winner, Society of Spirits. We got another one here, 2022 International Spirits Competition Bronze Medal, the American Distilling Institute. Don't know a whole lot about either of those, but apparently these guys have got a couple awards from those two societies. Let's go ahead and see what the 4 grain's about. I haven't had it, I don't know, maybe for a month or so. So let's see that it's been sitting for a little bit. See what comes back. Got me a fresh Glen. Man, these corks are, they're in there good. Ain't nothing leaking out of that thing. That's different. Man, that smells good. Now I know why I bought this one when I first went there. Let's put a little more there. There we go. All right. This one is 101 proof, aged 2+ years. So I would really like to know, like, exactly, you know, how long it's been aged. Bottle 115 out of 120, batch number 7. I think these guys started up in, I think they started up in 2020, right as the pandemic was hitting, and good on them for going, keeping on going, and they're still here. Like I said, they do have a bottle in bond coming out this summer. Can't wait to try that out. But let's check out this 4 grain. That's really nice. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Penelope Wheated, which is basically a 4 grain as well, just a little more wheat. If you listen to Bourbon Pursuit podcast, they just talked about that not long ago with a wheated bourbon episode and kind of called out Penelope on that one. This is nice. 101 proof, so this is a little bit higher proof than the Penelope. Possibly younger aged, so let's check it out. Well, let's see. What do we smell, right? I smell brown sugar, vanilla. Not a lot of oak at all. Just pretty sweet. Little bit of ethanol, but mostly brown sugar. Maybe some like a burnt sugar. You know, like when you're trying to make, poor man syrup, and you let that sugar burn a little too much. Kind of smells like that, but good. Let's give it a try. That's good. That's better than I remember. It really is. For being aged possibly younger than 4, maybe. This is nice, man. I am a wheated bourbon guy. I like wheated bourbons. Let's see here. 4 grain, distilled from corn, wheat, barley, and rye. But yeah, it's got rye in there, so it's not really a wheated bourbon. I like that they do call it 4 grain because that's what it is, like I said. Out of these two, I'm probably going to choose this guy still. This is nice. This is nice in its own way, but I am a wheated bourbon kind of guy. As of now, that's what my palate kind of prefers. And I can taste some rye in this. Not that rye is bad or anything. I do have rye whiskeys, and I do appreciate a good rye. But for me, my palate right now, I enjoy this one a little bit more. It's a good bourbon for being aged 2+ years, only. 4 grain, 101 proof. Sweet smelling. Sweet tasting. A little bit of ethanol, like I said, but that's a really nice sipper. Just neat. Don't need any ice. That would probably be good in an old fashioned. I usually drink my whiskey neat. Occasionally I do, put it on the rocks or make a mixed drink, which is usually an old fashioned, but usually I drink my whiskey neat. You can start to smell a little bit of oak in there now. And I've noticed if you let bourbon sit in a glen for a long period of time, you're gonna smell the oak in it no matter what. That's basically really all you're gonna smell. But yeah, Quartz Mountain Distillery, Vancouver, Washington. Not sure how dispersed they are amongst the country, let alone the Northwest. They are a smaller, very small distillery. How many barrels did I see in his rick house when I took the tour? I don't think that there was more than 40, and I could be over exaggerating on that number. If you can, check them out. Not sure if they ship. I should have asked that. But Quartz Mountain Distillery, Vancouver, Washington. Check out the website. Check out their products. If you're able to get your hands on some, I recommend you do so. It's good stuff. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching through the whole video if you did. Sometimes I like to ramble, but sometimes we all do. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe, share. I appreciate it. Comment. If you've ever had this, let me know. If you would like to have this, let me know. Like I said, I don't know about their distribution, but definitely worth a try if you can get your hands on some. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, pour me a favor.